Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ty, and the anniversary update for Dying Light 2 has finally arrived, for which I have a lot to say, so let's dive into it. The update adds a limited time event that revolves around you wiping out these outbreak zones with a couple new infected variants mixed in. As you can see, it's already begun and goes until March 3rd, each week introducing new variants of infected in different districts that are overrun, with this week's outbreak being within Houndfield and downtown. And if the community fails to wipe out enough infected and reach the target goal, which is 1.5 million infected for each district, then the outbreak will continue to spread. So that's the basic gist of it, and with that said, this might be the most underwhelming event we've ever gotten, at least in my opinion. I got the patch notes a day before it became public, because I'm part of the Techline Creator Program, so I had time to get an idea of what this could be, and unfortunately, it's kind of a nothing burger. I guess I just wanted some sort of big change to the gameplay formula, something different to really switch it up, but this is just not it, guys. You run around, kill the same infected we've killed 1,000 times, and that's about it. And the one main thing that makes me scratch my head about doing all this to begin with is the fact that Villador has been overrun with zombies for a decade, so it's kind of just like, seems a bit random to be doing all this, right? Like it's a little too late to start caring about the outbreak. Most of civilization is dead at this point, come on guys. A little late to the party. I'd say the event rewards on the other hand are alright, there's a few that I know a lot of people are going to be excited for though. If we end up wiping out 2 million infected collectively, then we will receive a GRE knife, which has some numbers engraved onto it, probably means nothing, but just caught my eye. Then, if we kill 3 million infected, we get the first part of the secret files, which is supposed to help us in the outbreak event in some sort of way, but what it actually is, we have yet to find out. Now, one thing Techland did mention in the past, a long time ago at this point, is that many of the additions and improvements made to Dying Light the Beast would be ported to the second game, like the weather system, things like that. And well, we've seen the first thing ported over, and that's according to many of you I've talked to, Flashlight Inertia. And yeah, it looks quite nice. And then there's also a skin for Kyle Crane, which they just straight up ported in as well. Didn't expect that. So yeah, you can straight up play as Kyle Crane at Dying Light 2 just by completing 7 bounties on the Pilgrim Outpost. This time, no ugly skin with Aiden cosplaying as Kyle like we got for, I think it was the 2nd anniversary. This is just Kyle Crane from Dying Light the Beast. Plus, as I've probably shown throughout the video, they brought not only that from Dying Light the Beast, but also the revolver, too actually, and I'm super cool with it. It's one of the better feeling guns in that game, so I really don't mind it being reused. Also, if you like seeing the cinematic perspective, seeing things up close and personal, then feel free to subscribe. I make Dying Light films and all that sort of cool stuff. So if you use the revolver and the beast, then you know exactly what to expect, but if not, then you have a new gun to try. There is also the Outbreak Machete and a Slice of Cake Charm, both pretty simple, not really much to add there, so let's move on. A few months ago, Techland introduced the first paid story bundle for Dying Light 2, which had a few quests attached, a couple skins, just a little bit more than the normal bundle. At the time, and I believe I said this in a video around then too, but I felt like Techland was testing the waters with that one, and now the next bundle has arrived, which is called the Black Hand. You get the skin of an elite assassin with collectibles that can only be found by having this bundle, which there are 10 of, and once you find all of them, then you unlock the next outfit, which is this. I think the outfit is alright, it reminds me of the Baron from Dying Light the Beast, but I do really like the pistol. To the point where I do really hope they add it to Dying Light the Beast, and it wouldn't be the first time they did that with a gun from this game. So when I checked the store, I didn't notice this at first, but when you scroll down, you can see they added a Craftmaster's pack and an infected trophy pack. And just a warning, I'm going to be as blunt as I can be about this.
Bullshit!
No, seriously, this is predatory garbage that feels like a slap in the face, and this is the worst it's been yet. Instead of, giving us more interesting ways to get these components and trophies, they just throw it into the store. Sure, I don't have to buy it, which is probably what some of you are saying, but no one should be acting like this is okay either. I'm sorry to rant, but it just genuinely makes me wonder, what else are they going to monetize? What's next? It's a pay-to-play sort of thing, speed up the process, instant satisfaction. I know, under 10 cents umbrella, Techland can only have so much say, but this sucks to see, dude. It really does. Also, since I'm airing it all out, I gotta complain about this too, but DLSS, what happened? Every update they try to fix something, they just break something else. This update apparently fixed DLSS on the RTX 50 series, but broke it on my machine, so gaming in 2026, am I right? Okay, let's move on. In the patch notes I've been provided, it says over 10 new collectibles have been added, which can be found in outbreak zones and on the bodies of these new mutated infected. These collectibles supposedly hint at the roots of these new outbreaks and the truth behind these new mutations. On February 17th to the 24th, Lunar New Year will arrive, bringing some bounties that you can find on the Pilgrim Outpost to get some themed rewards. But also, the city will glow with crimson lights for a week, giving it a bit of a different flair. Another big addition that is actually pretty cool is that developer tools got some improvements, like Blender exporting. And I'm not going to sit back and act like I'm losing my mind over this, but I know this will help a lot of modders. The last thing I noticed is now you can access the store through the endgame menu instead of having to go all the way back to the main menu like before. With that said, I think the event is just okay. I can tell their focus has been clearly on Dying Light the Beast because 2 of the cooler additions are just from that game alone. This actually does give me hope that Aiden's skin will be added to the Beast, but we'll see. In past anniversaries, we've gotten live streams, dying to know episodes, and this time just not really much, not even a trailer. The energy just isn't there, and I guess I just went in expecting way too much. But let me know what you think, as that's it for me for today. I was hoping for a roadmap or something along those lines to get a better grasp of what's next, but I guess they're not ready to reveal that yet. The anniversary event is spanning a couple weeks, so maybe we'll get something soon, but I wouldn't hold my breath on it. But hey, it'd be nice to get something for my birthday, which is on February 28th. Anyways though, feel free to like the video, subscribe to stay up to date on everything Dying Light, and have a good one folks. Adios.